So, I want to mention a few things about the culture here with the jungle and the Shipibo. Uh, there's not a lot of depression. Depression doesn't really compute in this Shipibo culture, and I think there's a couple of reasons for that. The first, of course, is that there's a community, and the community here is a very very strong bubble. You have people who grow up with the same neighbors that their children grow up with, and their children become neighbors. And it's not a community that you can simply just leave. Like there's very few instances of people getting a job somewhere and moving away. So they live together, they work together, they celebrate together, they drink together. It's just a very very strong bonded sense of community. And yes, they have their dramas and they have their arguments, but the fact is that they're all kind of stuck together because they need to be together. If you're alone in the jungle, you don't survive. So, community is absolutely essential. Um, and I think the other reason is because there's a sense, a very kind of almost a dark sense of humor here about things, especially on misfortunes, because they happen frequently enough and they happen to everyone. So when a misfortune occurs, it's kind of a joke. The community just talks about it like a joke. If your brother falls out of a tree and breaks his leg, they'll laugh about it and they'll probably give him a nickname like Clumsy Monkey, and that's just going to be the nickname that he carries with him probably for the rest of his life. They love to do that. They love to create nicknames like your father goes into the jungle and gets bitten by a snake, they'll laugh about it, and his leg swells up to the size, double his size, and they'll just nickname him Melon Leg, and he'll just be Melon Leg for the rest of his life. Or if it turns black from bruising, it'll be Black Leg. Or if they have to take him into town to get a leg amputated because it's gangrenous and rotting, they'll just call him Stumpy. But no one's going to sit there and commiserate or console or feel sorry for him, because that's just not the way things run here. You can't be a victim. You can't trauma dump. You can't sit there and complain about your life, because it's, first of all, it's pointless. If you have a problem, you deal with it. You take care of it. And if you can't solve it, you ask for help. And you move on, and then you help someone else when they have a problem. It's just the nature of the way things work. So yeah, it's just a beautifully different, and I think maybe even a healthier way to live together and to kind of journey through life together, without feeling sad or being lost in your misery or your, there's no sense of entitlement here. No one believes they deserve any more than anyone else. In fact, a lot of times, if there is someone who gets something really nice, like inherits something, or gets something that's very special, the natural inclination here is to share it, because you don't want anyone in the community to be envious of you. Like, status here is so different than in the States. In the States, like, everyone admires and respects someone of higher status. They view it as success, they view it as power, but here, like, it's not seen that way. The last thing anyone here wants is for others in the community to be envious of something that they have, or envious of something that they were able to acquire. So yeah, status here is almost looked upon as a negative. Like, in the community where I'm staying, there are workers that come and help. They're paid extremely well. They're treated like family. There's no real hierarchy here in terms of like who's better, who gets paid more. I mean, Teo Linda, she's an old curandera. She's been doing this for 40 or 50 years. She's got a lot of clout, and so that kind of status, that kind of respect in the community is very well deserved, and it's earned over many years. And she's helped a lot of people, both indigenous people and the visitors like me who have come here. So her reputation is very very well deserved and respected. So yes, that kind of status, um, it does exist, but it's really hard to acquire, and it is something that's acquired through many years of dedication and work in the community and helping people, a lot. So, but like having a new truck or like a new motorcycle, that kind of status, that kind of stuff isn't really seen as particularly desirable or, um, you know, respectable. A lot of times, if someone gets a new truck, the first thing they do is like they help everyone who needs a truck to be taken care of their, whatever transportation they need. So they'll put that truck to work in service of the community, instead of just like trying to show off how fancy their truck is. So before long it becomes bad, all beaten up and dented, and that's fine. That's the way that things are done here. Um, so yeah, it's just different, and my guess is probably it works. It works pretty well here, and it might be something that we could learn.